Hi there. It's kind of weird. I usually record in front of the window, and so I wanted to try something different. Also, I have a microphone that I'm using this time. Think that it's working. So I wanted to give this a try. I wanted to see if I could have my computer at my desk, have my microphone right there, and get it all to work. However, I've got that beautiful natural light right there behind me, and that's usually what I use because I don't have a lighting equipment or anything. And so, this might not work out very well, but we'll try it just for this one weekly wellness check-in. So, weekly wellness check-in. Last week, my goal was to basically map out a week, or maybe more specifically, like come up with a daily task list for myself, or the chunks of time I wanted to reserve for like creation, reflection, that kind of thing. I did not do that, but hence the title, How Goals Evolve. What I did do was I kind of mentally mapped, however I want to say that. So I mentally mapped out what tasks I complete well any given time of day. For instance, please don't ask me to read and retain anything first thing in the morning. That's not going to work. So the mornings are really about just getting things organized and spending some time with my boys before they go to school/work. And so that's fine, but I couldn't pick up a book and start reading, or, start to journal or start to write first thing. So then probably around 10, anywhere from 10 to 1, that's the sweet spot for me as far as writing and creating content or planning. So my creativity is really sparked, and I do a really good job of like output during those hours. Now, later in the afternoon, that's more of my maybe I can take things in. So I could be reading or listening to podcasts or watching videos on YouTube and just kind of learning that way and growing that way. And then in the evenings, so this is interesting. In the evenings, again, it's family time and that sort of thing. However, I found that I can, sorry, I keep adjusting just based on like the lighting, but I don't think it's going to get any better. So I'm going to have to rethink this whole setup. Anyway, that's for another time. So in the evenings, I actually do kind of come back around, and it's a really good time for me to blog because I can really process through things, and it's an introspective time for me. So if I'm going to blog, I think I really prefer to do it in the evenings, like after everyone's asleep. And then I have like the headspace where nobody needs me at the moment. And hello, my first chatter. So yeah, so that's the best time for me to go for that. And so what I love about this is I set the goal of mapping out the day as far as like, 9 to 10 this task, 10 to 11 this task, but I kind of would have been going into it blind. It's almost like that would have been backwards. So the goal that I did accomplish that I hadn't set, if that's possible. So the goal I accomplished that I hadn't set actually helps me as I go forward and want to accomplish this goal next week. So next week, it's kind of establishing how I want to preserve my time every day. Now, I say that and need you to understand I have 4 children and a husband and a dog. And so that I understand that any given day could be changed. But I think for anyone who has a busy life, anyone who is scattered from time to time, really, I think anyone who has a life would benefit from planning ahead. I mean, it's just to plan and prepare for your day or for your week. So for me, I'm very much a list person. I'm very much a planner. So this will be beautiful for me. So the goal that I achieved this week was kind of mapping out where I'm going to get the best mind power in any given task throughout the day. And so next week, I want to kind of map that out and see how I do on my days. Now, it's not going to happen the same every day because I have a work schedule as well. So I don't get to create from the hours of 10 to 1 every single day. But if I can find any time between 10 and 1, I now know that's my best output time. So I encourage you to try it. Just think about, try out different tasks at different times of the day and see how you do mentally. And it's kind of been surprising to me because I always thought of myself as a night owl, like I come alive after dark, And so to realize that I really am more introspective in the evenings, that was a surprise to me. So maybe you'll try it out and there'll be some surprises for you too. All right. So that being said, I wanted to share with you also that A Patient's Guide Through Decision Making, the workbook, is coming out this week. I just got the cover art back. I need to finalize the formatting, the interior formatting, and get that out there. So that will be available on Amazon by the weekend. I can't give you an exact day. This week has thrown me some curveballs already. And so I was hoping for the 15th, but that's not going to be the date. But I will try to have that up on Amazon before the weekend. You can find my paperback book and Kindle version of Finding Myself Facing Cancer there on Amazon or on my website, sarahfenlonfalk.com. I'm working on getting up the nerve to start a podcast as well. And I want to offer the tips and just thoughts about living well. And, even if you've never had cancer, maybe there are other things that run in your family that you would like to try to avoid, or you're just wellness minded. And so I'm planning on starting a podcast that's very similar to the weekly check-in, only I'm probably going to be podcasting. Broadcasting? Anyway, I'm going to be posting, maybe. Is that what you say when you're doing a podcast? It'll be more often than once a week, I'm hoping. And then I'm also hoping to create a course. I'm a mental health therapist. I'm a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Illinois. And so I want to offer clinical tools to people who maybe they can't get to therapy for one reason or another, or they don't like the stigma of counseling or something like that. I'd still like to offer tools to people who are struggling with anxiety or relationships or communication or, shame, anything shame-based, body shame, all of that. I'd like to kind of offer tools for managing and dealing and really healing from some of those things. So it won't be therapy in a can, but it will hopefully be useful tools for those who need them. So I will look forward to seeing you back here next Monday for another weekly wellness check-in, and I'll have all sorts of information and exciting news for you then as well. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I hope the sun is shining where you are. Take care.